as you begin, or those who've already been in business for a while and just expanding your services, it doesn't matter. You always want to look at those policies and procedures for any state updates, for any issues that has arisen in your business and you didn't have anything to protect against what somebody did. You always want to notify all your staff of that change. For me, I notify and I make sure that they sign off from it. Sometimes I use Google Docs. Again, I'm all about automating. I don't want to have to take a piece of paper to 30 or 40 staff to get their signature. The easiest way, I use Google Docs. I create whatever that policy is and I send it off for all my staff, and they have to put in that signature, and it's time stamped as well. And it just goes right into a file that says, like a policy update file that's right on my Dropbox so that I can see it anytime. And it's collected in Google Docs too. So you can always go back and send that same policy over to other people until you do I always say like a major policy and procedure manual change where you're adding, but you're not reviewing the whole thing with them. You always going to have like specific policies that initially when they get hired, that's what your employee handbook is for. Your policy procedure manual is not to give them all 100 pages or however many pages you got. That is not for your staff. The employee handbook is, and any specific policy that you want them to know ahead of time, you can give it to them, but you can always tell them they have access to your policy and procedure manual. They just can't take your policy and procedure manual. So they can always access it at the office, or, you can do a Zoom training with them, or most people, they don't even ask for it, but just in case somebody's trying to be a smart ass or to steal your policy manual, do not give it to them, but they can also always get a copy. And then the last thing on here is who is going to be responsible for reviewing your policies and updating them. Is it going to be you as the admin or owner? Are you going to have a designated person, or just who? And if you do have a designated person, it needs to be somebody who deals with the day-to-day operations that you can collab with. So they can bring the side of things where, they're out there in the field, they